After watching a video that Chris created, from the Becky and Chris YouTube channel, I knew I had to get into the hobby of FPV. So I spec'd and built Chris's Shendrone Squirt per his specifications on his website. It took a while due to the slow shipping speeds that the coronavirus caused. A part would show up here and there. Finally, I got it built and I was ready to fly. I couldn't see the screen. My farsightedness just didn't work for analog drones. So I suffered for a while using box goggles and a 70mm spacer and shelved the Squirt project. I focused on smaller drones to get better flying and building. Father's Day rolled around and I got the DJI Air Unit. HD, here I come. It was going to be a game changer. More confident in the build process, I rebuilt the Shendrone Squirt. I was excited to finally have a solid build that was proven by the experts Joshua Bardwell and NERC FPV. I followed their instructions to the letter. I had it built in about 3 hours. I was ready for the maiden. This is that maiden flight.
Of course, that was the most expensive one out of the two I built, because clearly, after however many months this is, I'm still learning. Yeah, I don't know where it is, because you're always supposed to put a beeper on your drones. Yeah, and I didn't do that either. I live and learn, I guess. But that drone, best drone I have built, that flies so nice, but or flew nice, I guess it's over. It's gone. Okay, we are off to go get a drone. It's been in the lake for a week now, or not the lake, a creek for a week now. And you saw the video footage. I have to go get it out. And I have no idea. I mean, I kind of know by the footage where it is, but I'm going to go drive down there and I'm going to go see if I can get it out. That's the goal. Wish me luck. The drone is somewhere along a tree line. And I'm going to give you an aerial view so you can kind of see the layout. So what's happening is they're building a lot of stuff out here, and now we have access to an area to be able to fly drones, and a lot of people are fishing out here. People are riding their bikes along here, but it's all this new development that's happening out here. And so I am going to go see if I can find the drone that crashed in the water, that's been underwater for 1 week. So I've got my magnet and I've got a grappling hook that I learned how to do online. There's a bunch of people in Europe that are doing magnet fishing. And I got the idea to see if I could maybe pull out the drone with it. So let's lock the truck. Truck's locked. All right. So what we're going to do is first we're going to go see the clearing in which I flew. And I can explain that maybe from the ground level, then you can see it with the drone as well. Man, it's still I mean, it's better, but gosh, it's so hard and so difficult to see through that stuff. That's the water, and down there, the very first branch is where I lost my drone. So what I'm about to do is I can see a little bit better in there than I could the other day. So I'm gonna go down here, see if we can find anything over here. There's a guy fishing over here, so I gotta be kind of quiet. Gotta be quiet.
Yeah, it's shallow right here. I can see it.
Might be worth going around the other side.
That tree didn't block the sun. I can see.
Right, it's exactly it, you know. We came out here at 4 o'clock trying to look at it, and the sun was at such an angle,
Yeah.
couldn't see anything. Yeah, you guys are in the right spot. That's exactly where it would be. You guys don't need to keep looking for it.
I don't mind right now.
We definitely, when we were over here, there was tons of fish jumping over here.
Yeah, there's some nice fish in here.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to fish it out before all the houses get built in here.
Yeah.
You know, so he caught a 2-pound 11 ouncer.
Check that out.
Oh, I got me double hooked. I'd rather catch a
The drone's the winner though.
Yeah.
Dude, these fish are so warm. Whoa. Dude, why are these fish like that? Crazy.
Where'd you catch that, up there?
No, dude, I caught both of them right here in front of me.
Well, so I made it over here on the other side, and those fishermen were there helping, and we got to talking. And then one of the guys said, "Hey, I think I see it." And we were, I was just throwing my magnet in there, and that didn't work. But then when we saw it, the magnet grabbed hold of it and pulled it over towards the edge, at least what we thought was the drone. As the magnet was dragging the bottom, it was making the water really murky. But then we just kind of waited. Once it popped up a little bit, some of the orange of the GoPro popped up, and I was like, "Oh, let me get my grappling hook," and because I could just pull it out by the GoPro mount. So I ran up to grab my grappling hook, and then I lost it. I couldn't find it anymore, and they couldn't see it anymore. So I was just randomly throwing it in there where I thought it might be, and guess what? We found it. There she is. Very wet and very murky and muddy, but unbelievably I found it. Now, what works in it? I don't have any idea, but at least I have my frame. That saves me $75, and I've got a battery that needs to go in the trash. But I've got my antennas; they're probably fine. And my props, and maybe the motors if I dry them out. But I'm going to tear it all apart and see what we get out of it. I mean, worth a shot, right? Anyway, it was a success. Took me about 45 minutes. Keep fishing. Drone fishing? Yeah, drone fishing. That sounds like a sport that I really don't ever want to do again. Rust everywhere. So now I'm going to go clean this thing up. I've got everything stuffed in rice as best I could. We'll see what is salvageable. Well, I finally decided to get this video done, and I'm excited to say that the Shendrone Squirt is rebuilt again, and it works like a champ. Now, the question is, what survived? Well, what survived is, of course, the props, the motors, because I put them in rice for a while and they soaked up the water, and the frame, of course, the antennas, they work. But what doesn't make any sense, it was underwater for 1 week, is that the DJI air unit still works. It's amazing. I mean, I took the thing apart all the way down to every last screw, and there was actually a little tiny creature jumping around in there. I tried to film it, but it was too out of focus. But he was jumping around in there, and I don't know what it was, but I killed him with my soldering iron. But he, yeah. So there was a little tiny sea creature, a creek creature? Yeah, a creek creature inside the DJI air unit, and I put it all back together, gave it some power, works like a champ. So just so you guys know, if you have a DJI air unit and it gets wet, don't pitch it. Don't think that it's dead. What's really crazy is there was no water in the camera either. The camera was like bone dry. It was underwater for a week. It's crazy. Anyway, so here she is. Check out the footage. It's back up and running. We'll see you in the next one.